Let's do the run simulation method now. So let's all follow the code. I'm going to declare this variable storm heat count fault count page that split that map. So I am going to look through these numbers. So what does this code does is going to once we look F1, F2, F3, we are also going to check the data if it's empty. So before I explain this, let me remove the static data. This one. Let's remove all of this. Okay, so it's empty now. So the first loop will be this one, 3 page.map. So inside it, we're going to check the frames. This is frames 0 is F1 and index 1 and 2 is F2 and F3. So inside these frames there are an array of data, array of objects. So in the first loop, we're going to check if frame 1 data index 0 is empty. I made a mistake. This should be memory, and then we're going to add memory here. So all of them are empty. So we are referring to this one, empty. So if it's empty, we're going to set the value like this one. First row is 3. This val is 3, and then the frame's memory is empty. We're going to assign it here, and then we will go to the next loop. The next loop is this one. So we're going to check if frames 0 index 0 frame 1 is going to be empty. No, it's not anymore because it has 3, right? So we'll go on to the next one. Let's check frame 2. Is frame 2 empty? Yes, it has empty. So we're going to put this value into that memory, so it becomes like this. And then we'll have a code that will copy it here, and then the next loop, it will also check the frame 3. So this is 3 and this is 2, and then it's going to check this one. Is frame 3 empty? Yes, it's empty. So let's assign 1 into here. So that means this memory is now 3, 2, and 1. So that's what's happening. Now if it's going to the next column, it's going to check all frames if it's empty. No, it's not. It has 3 and 2 and 1. So this code will now be ignored, and we will proceed in the next one. So this code, let's go back to the first loop. So for the first loop, this one, it's going to check if empty is true. So this only happens if you reach this one. So we have 3, 2, it's true. So we have 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. So when we reach that the memory is full, check empty will be true. So if this is true, we're going to check, is frame 1 memory value equals to 6? Is 6 equals to 3? No. Is 6 equals to 2? No. Is 6 equals to 1? No. So that means 6 is going to be else it's going to be X here, because none of these are true. Frame 1 equals to val, no. Frame 1 equals to val, no. Frame 2 equals to 6, no. Frame 3 equals to 6, no. So we'll go for the X, and then the fault count will be added as +1. This will become 1 here. Also, since the first 3 rows are check empty false, if it's false, it's automatically as fault. So this one becomes X, and this one X, and this one X. So we're pushing this to frame index number 3. So number 3 is this one, the 4th row. So now that we're done, let's continue on coding. Now for this code, if hit is false, by default it's already false. So in first row, it's going to check whose turn is it now. So let's go back again. In the first column, it start with 3, and then for 3 he's going to check if the memory is empty. Yes, the memory is empty, and then val becomes this memory, so it goes here. This one is 3 now, and then he's going to ignore these codes and proceed here. So check empty becomes false, so this one is going to be ignored, and the data, the frame index 3 data is going to be an X will be pushed in that array. So this is frame number index number 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be added here, X. Okay, so there's going to be X here, and then in here there's a hit false. By default it is false. So we're going to check if turns is equals to 1. Yes, by default it is 1. So we're going to yet again do this code. This is very important in this part. So the code will be the val, which is 3, will be put in the memory once again, but the memory is already 3, so it's fine. So let's now update turns equals to 2, and turn is equivalent to frame 1, 2, 3. Now these codes will be ignored. Next is we're going to update this one. Let's see, frame number 1 data, we need to push what's ever inside in memory. So right now what's inside in the memory, that's 3 and empty and empty. So this becomes 3 and this one empty and empty. Now let's go on to the next column. Now for process number 2, this one, so it's going to check is frame 1 memory empty. No, it's not empty, it has 3 inside. So we're going here, we're going to check is frame index 1 or frame 2 empty. Yes, it is empty, so we are assigning val gets memory. This one becomes 2, and then check empty becomes false, so this is true. We're going here, fault count becomes 2, so this one is now 2, and then we are pushing the data to frame index number 3, this one, and then this one becomes X. So hit is equals to false. So now that we are done here, turns is equals to 2, this one. So it's going to assign val, which is 2, going inside to frame memory number 2, but that's already done. And now turns becomes 3. So this is like frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. So next is we're going to update the data. So memory has 3, and memory frame frame 2 has 2, and the third one, frame 3, is empty. It's going to be 3 and 2, and this one is empty. Now on to the next loop. Now we all know that these two, frame 1 and 2, is not empty. We're going on to the frame 3. So 1 is going inside to frame 3 memory. That's 1. And now check empty is false. Yes, it is false. We're going here again. So we're going to push this data onto this row. This become X. And then fault count plus 1. It's become 3 now. And then hit is false. That's correct. So hit is now 3. I mean turn. The turns now is number 3. So this one is already done. 1 gets memory F3. And then turns become 1 again. So we'll be going back here. But now updating the data. Let's check the memory. Memory 321. Okay, let's copy. Now that's done, and then let's reset the hit false, but still that's false. And now for the last row, for the last array of loop, let's check. So this one is going to be disregarded because memory is full. So that means check empty is true. We're going inside here. We're going to check is frame 1 equals to val. That's 6. This one is 6. 6, 6, 6. So is memory is 3 equals to 6? No. Is this memory equals to 6? No. Is this memory equals to 6? No. So that means we're going to else. We're going to push x. It's going to be a fault. Fault becomes 4. And then yeah, that's it. Next is hit equals to false? Yes. Now the turn now is frame 1. It's his turn. So val gets memory. Whatever is the val is 6. So we're going to update this into 6. And then we're going to update the array of all the frames. So let's check our memory. Memory 6 to 1. So 6 to 1. So 3 has been swapped by 6 because 3 is the oldest data. So that's it. So we're going to run this simulation if we have the correct answer. The fault should be 4 and this is the number. Let's check. Run simulation. Of course there's an error. So let's check what the error is. On change. It's not on change, it should be on click. Okay, the moment of truth. Page is not defined. Okay, page is not defined. Page is not defined. It's pages. Okay, again. Okay, something's wrong. By the way, let's not forget to update our hit points, fault count, hit count in here outside the loop. Okay, let's try running simulation. There it is. Nice. Okay, so this error is from the input and it's fine. Now let's try running the simulation again. There it is. 33361. Okay, xxx, number of hit ratio 0 and 4. Let's check what we did last time. 333. Yeah, that's correct. So that's it. We did it, guys. We managed to create first in first out simulation in React.js. Now how about we try adding some numbers. 3 3 3 3. Let's run simulation. Okay, check. Yeah, Now let's go back to designing. Let's find text and check icon. Let's do okay this one. I want to copy this. How do I copy it? Okay, nice. Now for what about this? Yeah, let's try this. Oh, looking good. Good. So we have hit ratio and faults. Now this looks good. This one is better than the original that I made last time. And what else?